everybody. Happy Monday. It's a Monday for sure. How's everybody doing? Huh? I was trying this old boomer learning new tricks. I was trying to do a stream through. Hey, Ninja, welcome. I tried to do through Restream a while ago, but nobody was there, and I'm sure it's my my wonderful skills to set it up with. How you doing, Ninja Puppy? Good to see you. Happy Monday. I was trying to look at other streams and not go over their streams because I know that's a dumb thing to do. If you see, I got 8 of my babies with me, and they're being pretty good. I was tickled when they allowed me to do this because they're up on a 3 shelf rolling cart, but if they're at my feet, they want in my lap. So this was the next best thing. Cold but great. Yeah, I know. South Arkansas turned cold again. I've had to actually get some warm ups out because it's down I think it was 27 this morning, and that's pretty chilly. We want them 60s and 70s to come back. I hadn't figured out how to share that, let people know I'm going to do a live stream. DW told me this morning about a couple of them that were going at 1:30 my time. So I waited till 2:30 my time, trying not to stream over somebody else. I'm sure you can hear oh, you got a notification. I don't know how I did it, but awesome. I'm trying to learn this stuff. I'm working hard. The daycare dogs in the back, they're having a big time chasing each other. And they're just right outside this door beside me. So if you hear barking going on, as long as these 8 right here aren't excited, I don't worry about it. I know it's just playing going on, but if they perk up, then I have to watch. I can't let none of them take off running. That would not be a good thing. So how was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Hey, Maria, welcome. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Tickled to see a great weekend. Me too. I had a good weekend. All the boarding dogs that we've had over the holidays, the last ones went home Sunday. So that gives me a little break of taking care of other people's babies. Although last Monday was pretty much when most of the boarders left. But you talk about some crazy daycare babies. They missed a week of daycare, and I had to pay for it because they were telling me in every way that I had not kept them front. I made them wait a week to come back. But when I have boarders, I don't have anywhere for my daycare babies to go. So they've had to learn to understand that. Maria, what kind of dog do you have, or do you have a dog? And where are you from? Welcome, Hainer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hainer. Some people say I've got a southern accent, but I don't get it. I don't get it at all. People talking about Tug's accent. He just sounds normal to me. Thank y'all for joining me. Please share and let others know. We have went from 33 on December the 3rd to I believe it was at 288 or something like that this morning. And I'm so grateful for everybody. Hey, Arnold, welcome. But I'm so grateful to all the other channels that's thrown my name out there. And I believe Tug said it was a cleansing of the palate. Well, no, we're not a puppy mill. I have 12 chihuahuas, and this is 8 of them. And no, it's all about love around here. It's not about selling puppies. In fact, if I had half the money I put in my dog's back, I could probably pay a few bills. Well, I always say, how many chihuahuas does it take to equal a whole dog? And this laying up here right now is about 25 pounds or less. And all 12 of my babies was 34 pounds. So, I'm only got to a medium sized dog. What kind of dog do you let everybody tell me what breeds you have? If you have a dog or a cat, we can talk about cats too. I know there's been a couple in here with Great Danes, and I'm still trying to learn to remember names and people. But like I said, I appreciate y'all coming in. Um, I am doing my best to learn how to do this kind of stuff. And what I'd like, you have two crazy chihuahuas. Yeah, I remember you, Ninja Puppy. Hey, Angel, welcome. I bet when you let those dogs out and they bark, your neighbors love to hear that. Well, actually, I have a pet resort here and 6.5 acres. And the dogs barking, my closest neighbor is about a half a mile. So there's a couple of houses abandoned across the street. But it's my 40th year and never had a complaint. In fact, when I did have a close neighbor, we ended up buying the property. Unfortunately, he got killed in a car wreck. And it was very sad. Him and his wife both were killed instantly. But they had a mobile home next door that I bought that property and turned it into a dog park. And the guy who lived there, they probably there about 5 years. Wonderful neighbors, would bring goodies over. Anytime she made brownies or something, she'd always bring them, and especially if she saw my dad's truck here. Uh, but the guy worked graveyard, and he actually soundproofed his room so the dogs wouldn't bother him. And I thought that was the coolest neighbor ever. Instead of complaining, they did something to fix it for them. Hey, Dangerous, welcome. Thank you so much for the shout outs. You have 5 acres and you can't hear your neighbor's animals. Correct. We don't, like I said, I've been blessed. I mean, there's some apartments like a quarter of a mile that have people in and out. You're welcome to lurk anytime, Dangerous. Anytime. But when I bought this place, that was my kind of my mind about it. It was all woods, and we had to cut trees down and clear out to build a building. And on one side of me is more woods, and on the other side, like I said, it's probably a quarter mile to those apartments. And thankfully, we've never had an issue. Um, I have more issue than they do with me, especially 4th of July and New Year and that kind of stuff, if they're shooting fireworks. Um, and over the years, we've had a few neighbors do that, but now we got older neighbors. It caused one of my mini horses to lose her baby. She was running from the fireworks and it spooked her. And then wasn't long we found out about her losing the foal she had. So I'm not fond of fireworks, especially if it's freaking out animals, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I get tickled. You talk about you can't stand dogs barking. And if y'all can hear that in the background, that's the daycare dogs playing. Um, I go out in the big room. My house adjoins my kennel. So when I go out in the big room, those daycare dogs, if they see something, nobody's going to sneak up on me. They'll all be quiet, doing their own thing, playing. But if they UPS drives up or whatever, then you're I'm gonna know it, and everybody else is gonna know it. And my watch constantly goes off dangerous uh, noise or something. I forget what it tells me, but every time I look at my watch and like, oh, loud environment. That's what it says. And every time I look at my watch, I'm like, no kidding, it's a loud environment. Of course it is. And I hear two of them that chase each other from nearly the time they get here till they go home. Play, but then they'll stop and rest for about 30 minutes and then they're back to playing again. And I hear some snoring starting over here. If y'all see, the baby's got her ears taped, and when chihuahuas are growing up, they when they're teething, they want to flop over their ears. So we tape their ears to help the cartilage get strong enough to hold their ears up like they're supposed to be, like that. And every time I've taped the baby's ears, her friend here, Cotton, gets the tape off in like 2 minutes. And uh, so this weekend we figured out a way, and this is the longest she's had her ears taped. And they only have to stay for about 3 days. It's got a little piece of caulking rod that's almost coming out. This one's already come out, but it's just to help the ears stand up straight. Hey, happy welcome. Welcome. Yeah, Maria, you're right. Best alarm you can have. My babies are like that even when I can't hear vehicles that come in. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And like the daycare dogs just blow me away. I've been told all my years in dogs that they don't they can't see color. They're colorblind. Well, I don't believe that at all because I have a doodle that when her daddy turns in the driveway, I mean, it's a long ways for her to see, and she is jumping up and down, going nuts. And he has a black truck, and then there's another guy, and they both back into my front yard where the double glass doors are. And I have a guy with a blue truck. They look very similar but different color. And when those dogs see the right truck, I mean, and it just blows your mind. But I'm convinced they can absolutely notice which color. Can y'all hear the baby snoring behind me? Excuse me. I got to figure out a mute button. I know that's a thing, so I hadn't still learning this stuff. So y'all got to bear with me. Can't hear him happy. Well, a Bandigo is a big time snorer. She can snore you out of the room, and I could hear her snoring, so I was just wondering if it was coming through. Can y'all hear the dogs barking in the background? Because they sound loud to me in the background. I have cameras everywhere where I can watch. Okay, I figured that. Hey, Ruben, welcome. I missed you coming in. Okay, well, that the barking in the background is just the daycare dogs having a good time. I have cameras where I can watch them all, And if I hear something different, it takes me about 2 seconds. Okay, Maria. Well, they're just in groups of their buddies, and sometimes they'll get to barking, and sometimes, they're good. Well, thank y'all for joining me today. And I thank my girls for being such good girls and not wanting to take off and run somewhere. Now that I say that, yes, this is yes. Uh, now that I say that, they start moving around. All right, I know what Ninja Puppy and Happy type dogs they have. And Dangerous, I know. How about you, Maria? Remind me. You told me before, and Ruben would like to know. I just appreciate y'all coming in. I tell you, people that do this try to make it look easy, but it really isn't. It's a lot of work to figure it out. Yeah, some dogs don't play well with others. There's a couple in this pack right here that I have to watch, um, and especially getting jealous. That's their biggest thing is who's getting the most mama time. And they're just like people. I tell everybody, dogs, they're just like people. We have things we like, we have things we don't like. We meet certain people that we just immediately connect with, and other people we're like, don't need you in my life for real. And I think they just got a better read on things before, um, faster than we can. And I tell you what, if your dog doesn't like someone, then when they first meet them, you need to pay attention because that's a seven sense that they have in recognizing people. Uh, Had a Skipper Key Terrier mix. Oh, but that was fun. And I remember Maria was the Chihuahua boxer, will be 18 in May. That's just amazing. When I figure out how to do all this, maybe we can like share pictures. I wish YouTube had that for chat where you could put in your different, like a picture of your dog to show them off. But and if you can do that, then I need to learn how to do it. But yeah, boxer chihuahua. I told one of my friends the other day about that breed, and she gave me a pretty funny look. Oh, there's a bandigo starting to snore. I tell you what, though, I'm truly blessed to be surrounded by love every day, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I get to play with these babies, and it's kind of like babysitting or being a grandma, and grandkids come to visit, and you send them home. And that's kind of what I feel about my daycare babies. They get to come play and have a big time, and then they go home. What are you looking at? Hmm? Y'all hear them going nuts? They ain't got nothing going on. They're being pretty loud, though. I think a UPS guy just drove up, and you should. I mean, people all the time, how do you handle that? Well, they don't do it until they see something to get their attention, make them barking at each other. But they're having a big time, so that's what I'm paid for is to let them come and play. Then they get home in the evenings with their owner and they're ready to eat and go to bed. Oh, what did y'all think about what went on this weekend in the other drama? I was trying to catch up, and some of the streams come on later than I stay awake because usually if I've had a day of playing and working with the babies, I'm tired, and I fall asleep if I lay down, intending to watch somebody's channel, say after 7 or something. Yes, I'm with you, Happy. I feel so bad for George and Jeremy, and I pray for their safety because when you read some of this stuff and see how crazy these people seem to be, man, that's not something to mess around with, and uh, it's scary for sure. Um, her ears are shorter and her eyes don't pop out. Huh. I'd love a picture. I'm on Facebook under my name, Darlene. It's spelled with EEN, DARLEEN, Wheelington. That's WHEELINGTON. And send me a friend request, and I'd love to add you as a friend, and then we could share pictures and stuff. I know several of you have, but I appreciate that and would like to see everybody's babies. You were shocked and sickened. Yep. Maria says, me too. Yeah, just go to pray for them. Absolutely. Looks like DW is off the phone. I hope everything's going good with you. I mean, you know, the truth always comes out, and it's hard to think that this is like the third year of some of this stuff going on. And this the third year, am I correct? I know I've been watching it for 2 years, I think, but 1 year is long enough. And you know, the all the good. That's what I think about. All the good that they could have done for that little bitty town, like Mealtime to Grill and all that. Uh, Man, it's Arctic Creek missed out because I think they would have had more opportunities come to the little town. And just look at what Travis has done with YouTube or Tube Town. I mean, in fact, it was on my iPad a while ago. It's went to sleep, but uh, that's just uh, amazing to me. I don't know what the question was. Um, what they go through. I mean, it's just the stress, and even though they have that uh, good attitude to laugh things off, you can't imagine what kind of stress that they're going through. I do. I pray for them every day, and I like uh, my thing is that little girl. Now there's more. Okay, Happy, thank you. Um, Now there's other kids involved, and that's what gets my heart. I mean, I don't have kids. I have four-legged kids, but I'm all about seeing uh, everybody treated the way they should be, the way the good Lord meant it to be. And whether you got four legs or two legs, it'll get me going quick if I see something not right. Um, Son applied for a new, better job. He's excited about it. Cool, Dangerous. Well, I'll be praying that your son gets it. Anytime people can have a step up, make a bigger, better wage, man, that's awesome. I have wanted so much for a young person to come along uh, and be interested in my place. I retired grooming in the past, really past 2 years. I've been cutting it back and cutting it back, but I've officially retired grooming in the last month. And it, I keep saying, well, when's somebody going to come along that wants to keep this place going for our little town? And so far, I hadn't met that person, but I keep hoping that they'll come along. Only word to describe the entire situation: insanity. Hey, DR, welcome. Glad you're here. Absolutely. So wonderful that sheriff won't do his duty. It would take U.S. Marshals to step in and arrest the two. You got that right, DR. Yeah, I mean, I believe there's going to be a tremendous documentary or even a movie, because that's what I put in chat 90% of the time. You can't make this stuff up, and you can't. I mean, but the sad part is Jeremy and George are living, this is their life. And it's just so crazy, and how all these other people have jumped in. And really, that's what kind of kept me from starting my YouTube. If you look, I've had the YouTube since 2016. Okay, they're barking on this end now. Yes, it's making sure. Um, but I never really did anything with it. And I'd buy this thing and that thing thinking that'd be great. But after watching all these crazies go just come out of the woodwork, and they'll probably do it to me too. But I, you know, I, I just thought you got to jump. You got to do things that you believe in your heart, and it's what you're supposed to be doing. And so that's what started. Oh, that's cute. That's Oopsie. That's my old girl right there when she was younger that popped up on my iPad there. Um, let's see where we're at. Trying to learn to read this chat. Thank you, Ninja. Or I'm sorry, Happy. Thank you. You'd love Ninja said, I'd love to see the Ohio judge issue an arrest warrant for the Levy County Sheriff. Absolutely. You know, it's just messed up. What did DR say a while ago? Insanity. It's absolute insane that, you know, that's a federal, I mean, it goes to all the states. And funniest misinformation I heard from 2L is that Florida does not need to honor the CPO, right? Dangerous that they are so cute sleeping all together. And Ninja said it will never happen, but I can dream. Yeah, Dangerous. They kept wanting up in my lap, and they're so low the way I got this set up. So I practiced a little bit with one or two, and then the rest would keep begging to get up here. So there's an 8 Chihuahua pile right there. And uh, they have been trained like on the grooming table and stuff. And when we go to dog shows, or put up on the table for the judge to go over. So I kind of think that's what they're thinking, except this has a cushiony bed and they can all lay there together. Uh, Never happened, but you can dream. Yeah. Oh, could we have the arrest warrant published? That would put pressure on Beecham. That's true. That's true. Do they sleep with me or in kennels? They are in the bed. And I'll tell you what, I have a king size bed that has a whole lot of room beside me, but excuse me, these guys are like glued to me. Now, my chihuahuas, I have 4 more older ones that we keep separate. Excuse me. Um, just because they're older, and when they get to turboing and playing hard, I don't want my 10 and 12-year-old chihuahuas injured. So that's why I keep them separate. Um, I heard my bell. Yep, y'all heard it too, didn't you? Uh, we're not open for 30 more minutes, but I'm not going to take a chance. Uh-uh. Wait. Wait. No. Wait. Wait. Good. Good. Okay, y'all got to see when the bell goes off, then we're gonna make sure there's safety first off. And I would never let my babies jump off something like that. But when they heard that buzzer, which is usually my front drive, and if it's deliveries or whatever, we got a bell out there that works part of the time. But when they hear the bell, they think it's time to go see who's here. Yeah, I agree with you, Ninja, about Beecham. That whole county seems to have some issues with who does the right thing. I want to believe that they will do the right thing, but I don't think Florida ever will. Yeah, that's a Chihuahua alarm right there. That's what I call. In fact, there was a while back that something came up wanting Chihuahuas in the picture, and I can't remember if it's Tug, Megan, whatever they were talking about, but I kept saying, I can supply the Chihuahuas, and they can really go bark at people. But, okay, now they're running that way to see. I don't know who's coming in. They're early, whoever it is, but they're running from room to room, so we'll see. Well, guys, I've been on here almost 32 minutes, and I can't tell you how much it means to me to have y'all join, see y'all in other chats, and y'all tell about my channel. It just means so much to me, and I want to tell you I appreciate your time. And Danger said, I think the Ohio judge will force Lady County to do what they are supposed to. I hope so. I hope so. We need, Jeremy George needs their life back. And I don't think they'll ever have it back to what it was before all this. They're always going to be looking around, and, if they try to do something good, they'll have to worry about the nut jobs coming in to ruin it. So, well, thank y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. I am going to go make sure everybody's happy and see why they are going nuts right now. But y'all have a great rest of the day. And I love y'all. And remember, there's always something to bark about. Have a good one.